Lester Holt is sharing details about his departure from NBC Nightly News ahead of his final broadcast. Ahead of the longtime anchor's final broadcast, the 66-year-old, who has been a staple of the network's flagship news series for a decade, is sharing a bit of insight into the new chapter he's stepping into with Dateline. Lester says this to hosts Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin during the May 30th episode of Today.
This is a wonderful new chapter that you're opening.
It really is. I have the opportunity to continue on and take a bigger role at Dateline. I've obviously been hosting Dateline for many years, but long form is something I really wanted to get my teeth into. It's a different set of news muscles. The time just seemed to be right. You hit a certain age and you start kind of thinking, what's the back part of my career going to look like? And I've been having that conversation with myself and those close to me, for a couple of years now. But the timing just seemed right. And I never want to be one of those people that was totally associated with just one thing. I always think that you have to have something else in your life.
The veteran journalist, who became a co-anchor of the weekend edition of Today in 2003, goes on to share what he'll miss most.
What are you going to miss most, buddy, of all the things here?
I'm going to miss the crazy deadline pressure of day-to-day television. You guys deal with that every day. People don't realize when the counting down 3, 2, what's going on here, and then 1, and everyone is relaxed. So I'm going to miss that energy of the breaking news and that running to the airport and things that make me crazy too, but also that kind of energize you.
Ahead of his final show, Lester reflects on his biggest accomplishments while anchoring at NBC.
I was anchoring from home during the pandemic, and these were dark days. We're telling stories of freezer trucks on the streets of New York with the remains of people, and I thought I need to have some kind of a signal or some message to the audience that, hey, I get it. We're all in this together, and this is tough. And so I started saying, take care of yourself and each other. I later found out that Jerry Springer had used, seriously, I had used that same line for many years. I didn't know that.
You weren't a fan of Jerry Springer watching the show every afternoon.
I loved Jerry. I met him, and I saw he had a quote, obviously prior to his passing, that he loved that I did it, but it was not an original thought, but I think an important thought during that time.